Some people think it's sacrilege. Others find it a absolute necessity. But whatever your thoughts are on music on the golf course, let's be real, it's here to stay. So if you want to listen to music on the golf course, how do you figure out what the best option is for you? This is one of the newest product categories we have seen over the last 3 or 4 years, and now there are quite a few different Bluetooth GPS golf speaker options out there. But they're not all created equally. Some are great, some not so much, so which one should you actually buy? So that's what we're talking about today. These are, in my opinion, the 5 best Bluetooth golf speakers for 2024. So if you're in the market for some tunes, then keep watching. Let's do this thing. So one thing I want to point out before we jump into these is there really is no one size fits all. There is no best for everybody because some people walk, some people use push carts, others are on golf carts. Some want GPS distances, some just want great music. So my goal in this video is to help you figure out what's right for you based on the type of golfing you like to do. So hopefully you find that helpful. Okay, so first up, let's talk about the most compact golf Bluetooth speaker, and that is this, the Tech Teammate. And this thing is tiny. It's magnetic, which is great. That's kind of one of the hallmarks of a golf speaker. Some have GPS, some don't, but having a magnet so you can clip it to a golf cart is kind of one of the things that makes a golf speaker a golf speaker. But the thing that's great about this is, yeah, you can put it on a golf cart, but it's also so tiny, it takes up no space in your bag. You can just clip it to it and you've got great music without adding any extra weight or adding extra bulk to your bag. So as you might expect, the sound isn't as good as larger speakers, but considering how small it is, it actually is surprisingly punchy and gets louder than I would have expected it to be. So if you want the absolute least intrusive, most compact golf speaker there is, this is one to consider. The retail price is $100, which I honestly feel is a little expensive for this, but I've seen it as low as $60 on Amazon recently, so keep an eye out for sales and definitely check it out. Next category, we're talking most versatile GPS speaker, and that is this, the Precision Pro Duo. So this is the latest speaker from Precision Pro, and it's kind of cool. It does some things that other speakers don't do. First off, it's one of the smallest units to have built-in GPS. So you'll pair this with the Precision Pro app, you hit a button, and it's going to give you distances to the front, center, and back of the green. One of the cool things about this, and this kind of goes along with the direction Precision Pro has been taking as a brand, is that the faceplates are interchangeable. So you can literally just pop this out and grab, say, a different color, pop it back in. You can mix it up. So if you're the type of person that likes to tinker, you like to change things up, this is a great option. Obviously, based on the size, you can tell it comes with a built-in carabiner. It's definitely a little bit bigger than the Teammate we just mentioned, but not much. It doesn't add a whole lot of extra weight, and it does sound a little bit better because of the bigger size. It also, as with almost all the speakers on this list, has a built-in magnet, so if you ride in a cart frequently, you can pop it on there. But one of the things I like about this GPS speaker compared to some of the ones we're going to talk about later is it is equally as good and convenient for someone who rides in a cart as someone who walks. Some of the more expensive speakers we're going to talk about in just a second are really geared towards people that ride in carts. And there's pros and cons to that, which we're going to talk about. But if you're looking for something that can do it all and give you audible GPS distances, this is definitely one I would check out. Okay, before we get into the big boys, the most full-featured golf speakers, we're going to talk about the cheapest golf speaker, and that's this. This is the JBL Clip 3. It's not technically a golf speaker, but this is honestly what you're going to see a lot of golfers using, and for good reason. You can pick it up for $40 or $50. It doesn't have a magnet, but it does have a built-in clip, so you can literally just clip it to your bag. There's also the JBL Clip 4, which is the newer version of this, and it's a little bit more expensive, but honestly, I think this one's great. They still sell it. You can get it for, like I said, about $40 or $50, and if you just want something you can clip to your bag and have good music, then this is definitely one to check out. All right, the last two on our list, these are the more full-featured golf speakers we're gonna talk about. So basically, this entire product category was invented by Bushnell in 2020 when they released this. This was the original Wingman. It has the built-in magnet, it sounds great, it's got nice 360-degree sound, and it pairs with the app so you could get the audible distances. Well, it was pretty good, and a lot of people started to essentially copycat them with their releases. So what did Bushnell do? Well, they obviously came out with their own follow-up to it, and that is this, the Wingman View. This is the newest Bushnell speaker, and it added a few pretty cool new features. The most obvious one is a redesign design. So instead of a round cylindrical design, it's now this kind of triangle design, which some people are going to love, some people are going to hate. But one of the things it does is it allows you to have a built-in screen. So now on top of getting audible distances read out to you, you can also just look at the screen and it's going to give you the distances to the front, center, back, and you can scroll through and get hazard distances as well. It's basically like combining a speaker with like a Bushnell Phantom, which is just a standalone GPS device. And if you're someone who rides in a cart, honestly, having the built-in GPS is a game changer. So be able to just kind of sit there, see at a glance what your yardages are. It works fantastic. One of the reasons I find this to be the most convenient speaker, aside from being able to just glance at the screen and get your distances, is it also has a built-in remote. So if this is set up on your cart and you're 20 feet away about to hit your ball, but you want to know what the yardage is, you just take this, you keep it in your pocket, you hit a button, and it will read out the distances to the green. Most of the speakers on the market don't have this built-in remote feature, so it's actually really nice, it's really convenient, and if you like the idea of being able to get distances from far away when you're not right next to the speaker, then this is definitely the one I would check out. And finally, that brings us to my pick for the best overall golf cart speaker. So up until recently, my pick for that was this, the Bluetooth Player speaker, which is kind of surprising that this got my pick for best overall, considering this one did not have any GPS functionality built in. But it had a great Bluetooth range, it was very loud, it sounded good, and it was just easy to use. It wasn't a complicated thing, and sometimes when you're adding in all the GPS and you're having to use an app, it just complicates things just enough to kind of annoy you on a golf course if you're not a super technically inclined person. So I just frankly really liked the simplicity of this speaker. But just like Bushnell, they came out with a follow-up, and I'm not gonna lie, they knocked it out of the park. This is the brand new Bluetooth Player Plus, and honestly, this is the best golf speaker I have ever used, and it's not even close. If you are primarily a walking golfer, this one won't be for you. But if you typically ride in a cart and you want something that's going to be full-featured, fun, and easy to use, this is the one to get. So not only does it sound fantastic, it sounds just as good as the old Player Plus. The big change they made was they added a screen. And I've got to tell you, the screen looks fantastic. It's a touch screen. It lights up. You can swipe through for different menus to get scores, to get hazard distances, to get yardages, to get driver distance. Don't get me wrong, when the Bushnell View came out, I was really excited for it. But that screen doesn't light up, the text isn't necessarily super clear, and when you compare it to this, which just looks great, and having the responsive touchscreen, like, it's not even close. This thing is awesome. But as with everything these days, there's a little bit of a downside. The downside is in order to fully unlock all of the features of this, there's a subscription. Yes, now even your Bluetooth speaker has a subscription. Now, it's not terrible. You get your first year free. It's $50 a year, or you can pay $99 for 3 years. And what that does is it essentially opens up new features in the app and a few extra screens. So if you want to be able to track your driver distance on the screen, you got to have the premium account. If you want hazard distances on the screen, you have to have a premium account. If you want more in-depth GPS mapping on the app, you've got to pay for the subscription. Now, don't get me wrong. You use this just on its own without the subscription, it is still definitely the best Bluetooth golf speaker out there. But knowing that for an extra $33 a year, you can unlock all this extra stuff that's going to enhance your enjoyment and enhance the stats you get, it's kind of one of those things that it's annoying, but is probably something I would lean towards doing. This is especially true if you decide to make Bluetooth your GPS app of choice. Now, there are so many options out there for GPS apps that will allow you to keep score and allow you to track your statistics and allow you to get GPS overlays of all the holes you're playing. And you kind of have to just pick and choose which ecosystem do you want to go with. Do you want to go with just a standalone app like Golf Shot? Do you want to go with the Bushnell app? Do you want to go with the Precision Pro app? Do you want to go with the Bluetooth app? I mean, there's a long list of them, and for the most part, they all pretty much do the same thing. I've generally been impressed with the Bluetooth app. It's worked really well. But the nice thing about the Player Plus is because the first year is free, you can try it out and you can decide for yourself if it's worth it. Also, another thing I want to mention that I like about both the Player Plus and the Wingman View is you can use them as an external battery. So if your phone is always dying on the golf course, bring your charger, plug it into the speaker, and you can have power for your phone. It's a nice added bonus, and it just makes these speakers that much more versatile. So there you go. Those are my picks for the best golf Bluetooth speakers on the market. Whether you're looking for something small and compact when you walk, whether you're looking for something bigger that sounds better, that has more features for a golf cart, or whether you're looking for something that can kind of do a little bit of everything, hopefully one of these choices feels like the right fit for you. I would recommend any of them depending on what your needs are. With that, my name's Sean Ogle. I'm the founder of this thing here at Breaking 80, where we talk about cool golf products and cool golf courses. If you got some value out of this video, maybe consider giving it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, do all the things. And with that, I hope you have an excellent day. We will see you on the next video.